This is the realme C67. It is a new entry-level or budget smartphone from realme. You can see the specifications right here. It runs on the Snapdragon 685 platform with 8 gigs of memory, and it's 256 gigs of storage. It runs on Android version 14 with realme UI T edition. So T edition is quite close to stock. It's not the usual realme UI that you're accustomed to. If you've been a realme user before, you know that it is more similar to Color OS and Oxygen OS. Now this it's like a stripped down version of that. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, and I would compare the experience to Android Go actually. So at the moment we have about 79 gigabytes used out of 256 gigs of storage, and it might be worth noting that the storage is EMMC, and you can see that right here. 8 gigs of LPDDR4X, and we have a full HD display, 2400 by 1080. Let's go ahead and run some games. So to kick things off with our gaming test, we have Honkai Star Rail, and right now it is set to the highest possible graphic settings. There is no capping in game, so we're able to bring it up to very high, and as you can see, it's really struggling. We're unable to get good frame rates, and things are really sluggish. We can't even move around that well. So we're gonna go ahead and drop our settings all the way down to medium. Snapdragon 685 is already showing its age, and it doesn't help that we have a EMMC storage. And now you can see that it is slightly more playable, but still definitely sluggish. Let me increase the volume so that you can hear the audio quality. And on this phone, we have single bottom firing speakers right here at the bottom.
You have the worst luck running into me.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and drop the graphics down to low. Let's see if that helps. There's a slight improvement in frame rates. Let's go ahead and bring that down to very low. And now we have a very playable game. In a similar manner, its sister, Genshin Impact.
We've reached the elevator.
It's something that
already?
you're gonna
How
have
is
to
it too
play
many monsters?
in the lowest graphic settings.
Oh, probably shouldn't have said that.
For our next test, let's take a look at PUBG Mobile. And looking at the graphic settings, seems that we can only go all the way to balance, and dropping it down to smooth unlocks high frame rate. We're gonna keep it at balanced. Same for the lobby. Yeah, we can't even HD, and higher isn't even enabled. As far as controls are concerned, gyroscope is available. I wanted to point out that unlike the older realme UI, you don't get game booster. So there's no in-game panel, and there is also no window mode, so you can't play multiple games at the same time, which is fine. It's not a very powerful system, considering that it only has a Snapdragon 685 chipset and an EMMC storage. We're gonna go ahead and drop our graphics down to smooth so that we can enable high frame rate. Okay, so now we have the game running on smooth, which is the lowest graphic setting, and we did that so that we can get high frame rate. Okay, gyroscope works. Our next game is Call of Duty Mobile. Let's quickly review the graphic settings. So as you can see, graphical quality is set to very high, but frame rate is limited to medium. Now, if we want to have high frame rate, we're going to have to play it on low graphics. So for the purpose of this test, we're going to run it on high. And as you can see, I've already enabled all the post-processing effects. Anti-aliasing is enabled in favor of God Ray. You can't have both at the same time. This is very, very playable, and graphics look really nice.
Targets in sight. Get down, sniper. Contact with enemy. I'm hurt. Enemy contact. Enemy down. Waiting orders.
Our next game is Carx Street, and as you can see, we're currently stuck in the loading screen, and this is one of the limitations of EMMC, and that's why all people are not going to be happy with EMMC as far as games are concerned, because it's slow. It really takes a long time to load games, especially games with large textures, because it's trying to access a slower disk. Finally, we're able to load and get in game. First, let's push graphics all the way to the highest that it will allow us. FPS limit, no limit. Let's see. Oh man, okay, it's really choppy. Let's bring it down a notch. Let's bring it down to 4. Okay, let's turn it down a peg, down to 3. Smoke intensity, set it to medium. Now it's so much smoother. We're now on the freeway, and although the game is quite playable, I think I would like to see smoother gameplay, so we're gonna go and bring that down all the way to the, well, let's keep this at 3, but render distance we're gonna go down to 0. Shadow quality we're gonna go to 0. Smoke intensity we're gonna turn off. Motion blur we're gonna turn off as well. Let's see if that improves things. So it's a lot better now, but still not too happy with the graphics or with the speed. So we're gonna go and drop it down all the way to 0. So that's about as low as we can go. So we don't have an FPS meter, and there's no way to tell the actual in-game frame rate. All right. So we're now in the lobby. Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Super ultra settings. So now we're in the lobby with the game set to super ultra. I'm noticing some delay when we try to switch between skins. And I'm gonna chalk it up to really slow disk drive. A lot of things come into play in an actual match. The network connection speed has an impact on your gameplay. And let's take a look at the graphic settings once again. Let's raise the volume.
One man, one sword, same goal.
Now that we've been playing games for a while now, let's read the surface temperature. I'm getting 40.5 degrees. So same temperature on the back, 40.6. And this is the Black Rock variant. And you see the dual finish. There's a matte-like texture over here. Then over to the camera island, you have a glossy finish and that nice dual camera. This is actually a 108 megapixel main camera and a 2 megapixel, if I'm not mistaken, B&W sensor. Now let's look at the benchmark results. So this is the highest that we managed to pull in Antutu, 214K with a temperature change of 3 degrees. And you can see that the highest that it was able to get to is 33 degrees, which is actually pretty cool. Now in pass mark, we have a overall score of 8.2K, and these are the disk read and write speeds. It's ranging around 150 to 200, but doesn't go more than that. Now, this is the PC mark benchmark results, 6.9K. And as far as battery life is concerned, we were able to pull a whopping 18 hours of battery life. So do you have any questions about the Realme C67? This phone launches today. We don't have the pricing yet for this phone, but stay tuned and we're gonna update the description with the prices. And as always, check us out on youtube.com/techkuya for more content on the Realme 67 and for other devices. We'll see you there. Bye.